Very good evening, one and all present here. I welcome each one of you as well as the resource person for today's webinar session. It is about believe in you. There are many of us, we are having many qualities and we are not having that belief system. And she's going to talk about that self-confidence. We have to believe ourselves, to taking care of our immune system, to taking care of ourselves from that, the many psychological components. For this, the research was in Monica Velli, she's a founder and trustee of that NGO and organization. And she's taking care of many social work activities, and she's a teacher by profession. And I know her personally in different places. She has done her presentation on various topics. And today she is with us. She's going to talk about that self-confidence. I welcome on behalf of the Department of Psychology, American College, Muslim, and all other associating institutions. And on behalf of all the participants, I welcome resource person. And I also welcome all the participants for today's webinar session. Over to you, ma'am.
Greetings, dear friends. Be blessed always. Hope you are all safe. Well, it wishes the same from you. Am I audio echo, sir?
If there is an echo, we can able to hear. You can, I think, you can switch off your mobile. I think better.
Okay, sir. Okay. I leave meeting from that. Is it echo now, sir?
Still, it is echoing, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Suresh, sir? Oh. I am connected from only one device, sir, now.
In that case, it may be a problem in your system, ma'am. I think.
Okay.
You can connect your mobile phone. You can,
am I audible, sir?
Yeah, now audible. It's clear now. Can you continue?
Okay, sir. Let me present the screen from the beginning itself.
Ma'am, there is an echo again. Echo
Yes,
is
sir.
there.
Yes, sir.
Do me a favor. You can join from your mobile phone. You can mute this audio, this device audio. You can use this one for presentation. And you can use your mobile phone for audio.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Let me join from a mobile also now.
Yes, please do that. I think last time also we had the same kind of issue, I think so. You can join from your mobile phone and then you can. Dear all, please stay on the line, and the resource person having some technical issue from her device. She's joining from her mobile phone. Once after she's joining, and we will have the session. She's going to talk about believe in you. She's a motivation speaker, and by profession, she's a teacher for English. And as per my knowledge, and she's doing many social services in her area. And she adopted many government school children, and she is providing free education and the basic needs of those children. And not only that, there are whoever they need for help for academic components, and she is doing her best. So this is about the limited knowledge from my side. I'm sharing her about the resource person. And we had an earlier one session with her, and she did very well. And today she is going to talk about self-confidence, that we have to believe us. And there are some of the studies that recorded that the immune system will be good in a person who are having the high self-confidence and high self-esteem. At the same time, they've also found that the person who are experiencing more anxiety, depression, and stress, the people are having that less self-confidence or self-esteem. So this is the time we have to understand that, and we have to equip, we have to develop the quality of self-confidence. And if you are confident enough, and when you look at the person, other person, and they also get a confidence from us, because mirror neurons are there, they can imitate us. And when you feel that you are down, low self-esteem or self-confidence,
Am I audible now, sir?
yes, you are audible, you can
Okay. Greetings, dear friends. Be blessed always.
no, we cannot able to see your presentation.
Welcome to Mental Health Webinar Series. And believe in you. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, but your PPTs are not visible.
Sir? Is my PPT visible, sir?
No, you are audible, your PPTs are not visible now.
Please wait, sir. Is it visible now, sir?
Yes, it is visible, and you can proceed.
Okay, sir. Dear friends, sorry for the technical inconvenience. Sir, please mute the resource person audio, sir.
Done it.
Okay, sir. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Dear friends, I'm going to start from the initial stage. Welcome to Mental Health Webinar Series. And believe in me. Self-confidence. How did the animation come and amuse you? The self-confidence weight came by letter. Self-confidence. Let me try to unmute me, the resource person. Let's analyze each letter of the self-confidence word now. Yes. Am I audible? Yes. Yes, has some certain values in it. First, let me start from the first letter. Straightforward. Straightforward is essential for not only official work and everything. You have to straightforward with your wife, parents, husband, and everybody. Is it echo now? Is it echo now, sir? Sir, is it echo now? So without straightforward knots, you can't succeed in your life. If you lack your straightforward, definitely your self-confidence will drag you down. So if you go in the straightforward path, definitely your self-confidence will boost. Suresh sir, could you mute the resource person voice, sir? Hello, sir.
Ma'am, I think if you have the two devices close by and then you have this echo,
Okay,
if you
leave meeting.
yes, you can continue. No issues. I think we can able.
அன்மியூட் மீ போட்டிருக்கேன் ஓகேங்களா? Am I audible now, sir? Hello? Hello, sir?
Yes, yes. There is a echo is there, ma'am, in your side, and then we have to check that. We can. I can hear that echo. It is disturbing. We cannot able to get the message also. And we will do one thing, ma'am. We will have your session in the YouTube live instead of going for this WebEx meeting. We will have the live session, and you can check again one more time. If it is not working, then I will go with another presentation. We will have your session in the live. Okay.
Hello, sir?
There is an echo is there, ma'am. No issues, ma'am. We will have your session in YouTube live, and I will just talk about one of the topic for the same topic related to that. Dear all, give me a minute. I will do share my presentation. Sorry for the inconvenience from the resource person side. And she is having some technical issues. We will have the same presentation in a YouTube live. I will record. I will share the link with you all. And I will share my bit of learning with you all regarding another topic. Give me a minute. மேம் நம்ம செஷன் வந்து இது லைவ் செஷன் சரிங்களா? Anyone, please let me know. Can you able to see my presentation in the chat box? I'll be there with you for another 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going to talk about paradigm shift. It is happening in mental health component. Thank you, Kambam. Thank you. Am I audible? Am I audible now? Okay, thank you. Thank you all. Sorry for the technical problem, and I'm really, this is a very good topic with that need of the hour. We will do the recording and I'll share with you. And just I'm going to talk about that another important component is about for 10 to 15 minutes, it is about the mental health paradigm. Okay, how these mental health services happen in around the world and the development of it and what is the current status of it and what is the focus of other members. As we all know that there are different pandemics, the first wave, second wave, third wave. Okay, when you look at that, the pandemic, this crisis happening in everywhere in the world, we can find out the first one is physical health crisis. I think you all know that. You observe that the first wave when it comes, and you may come to know that in the paper news or media news only we come to know. But second wave when it comes, we all know that someone in your family or someone in your friend circle, they are admitted in the hospital. So there are many people are not having that adequate facilities, and that leads a lot of problem. And they cannot able to access, and there are many complaints are there that social media, when you take that, the complaining is more in number. And not only it make the physical health crisis, it also make an economic crisis. When you take that, the Asian country, they come up with one strategy, which saying about that in India, among the Asian countries, we are minus 8%. The GDP growth, gross domestic product, that is very, very less around among the Asian countries. That is an economic crisis. And third one is, which is predicted by most of that World Health Organization. When you take that, not only World Health Organization, there are many people, leading mental health professionals, healthcare professionals, they are insisting that even Joe Biden of the US president, he said in his media press conference, he said that we need more trained professionals to take care of the psychosocial support system. And they found that it is very less in number. As you all aware about that in Indian context, we are having that health component itself. We are having inadequate in many of the places. But we are in South India, we can say in Tamil Nadu, we are far better in health system, the primary health component that many people, they can reach it. In a certain stage, due to some non-availability of physical component, they cannot meet the expected components. That is the reality in India. When it comes to mental health component, I think we are not having that adequate mental health facility. When you take the number of psychiatrists in India, as per the record, it is there nearly 3,000 members. 3,000 who has done a psychiatry. Among 3,000, you can find out nearly 50% are there in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra, and Karnataka. And remaining 40 to 30% are there in abroad. So that is the real status of mental health focus. When come to the other thing, and most of these mental health facilities are available only in metros and cities. And next one is clinical psychologists. As per the RCA, they are the registered, and after they can find out a psychiatric social worker. Their numbers are, as of now, the record what I found in the internet sources, it's saying that nearly 800 to 900 members. Only these many people are trained, people are available. And to meet that expected thing from that mental health crisis, and these manpower is not adequate, we need more and more trained professionals to taking care of that psychosocial support. That's why when you look at that, the Nodal Institute for Mental Health is an NIMHANS. And they have that many small handbooks or small modules that talk about that. For example, if you are having anxiety, what are the strategy you have to adapt at your home? If you are having the depression, what are the things you have to? There are many modules, different languages they are presented. They are publishing in the website. You can download. That is from that our international level. When come to the global level, when we go to that, there is one more website called World Health Organization. They are having that pamphlet. And in the pamphlet, they given that picture-wise, they are explaining that how we can secure ourselves from others, how secure our mental health, how we can focus on that wellness component. That is the reality. So these content, we can use it for our taking care of our mental health component. I'm going to show some of the statistics present now. If you ask me that whether the people in India, they never had an anxiety or depression, yes, we had. Before this pandemic also we had. When you look at the number of these percentage, before pandemic, Before pandemic, the number of people who are depressed is on 15%. And during the pandemic, this number is on threefold. It is nearly 40.7%. On the same hand, you can look at that anxiety. It is on 29%, 30%. But when it comes to that, 72% during the pandemic time. I still remember that earlier in 104 or any kind of telecounseling, they used to go for only professors. But now we are asking the students of third year undergraduate students and PG students, first year and second year students are their services are utilized and they were trained on what are the questions we can expect from the client, how you have to respond, and these components are going on as per my knowledge in Madurai Corporation. And especially from our college, there are 14 students are going for volunteering telecounseling services. Not only from our college, there are, when you look at that, most of the institutions those are offering psychology program, and they are having the telecounseling center. As per my knowledge in Chennai, the Mind Zone, there are the Mind Care, there are many institutions they are providing free counseling. You need not pay any money at all. So this is strategies. And in other sources, you can see that the symptoms of these anxiety, depression, stress are many folded. Before starting that COVID-19 spread in India, after COVID-19, these numbers are increasing day by day. The fear about COVID-19, fear about the vaccines, fear about the fake news, and everything that makes the person to in a state they cannot able to make the concrete decisions. That is the reality. We cannot be able to make a concrete decision. Whether we can rely on the particular information, even in the name of the doctor, even they put the name of the doctor and they will spread the fake news. So that is the thing. And that creates a lot of anxiety and many components. When we look at that, the paradigm, the mental treatment in as per the record literature available, the first one is in the year 1500s. In 1500s, we can see the person Johann Werner is the first person as per the literature. Okay. He was the first medical practitioner. He specialized for mental illnesses. Okay. The people who are mental illness, he advocated a dedicated treatment for mentally ill people. Instead of we have to put them in the room or locking them in the room, and then we can use the treatment plan that was introduced in 1500 years, first by Johann Werner. And second, in the year 1793, and Philippe Pinel is from France in the year 1793. He suggested a program for mentally ill people. That is a program for mentally ill people. And the year 1812, we can see that Dr. Benjamin Rush, he started a hospital, a dedicated hospital for mentally ill people at USA, Pennsylvania. And 1886, Sigmund Freud, as you all know that the person in psychology means the person comes in our mind. And he started his treatment for mental illnesses, psychoanalysis, or generally popularly known as talk therapy. In the year 1896, Leitner Wittner in USA, he is called as a father of clinical psychology also. The clinical psychology scientifically evolved in the year 1896. In the year 1911, Alfred Adler, I think, I generally I like this person very much because I don't know the reason, but his therapeutic techniques are really very close to my heart, and that number of techniques he given. Not only that, when you find out that most of the time that the person who are in the counseling field or psychiatric mental health compound field, they used to collect information subjectively. Other than that MS mental status examination, they used to collect information. And he is the first person who devised Socratic questions. In what way we ask a question, we can get the answer from the client. So he systematically prepared 18 questions. Still now it is very valid. So that's why he personally persuaded me. And his contribution in the field of mental is very valuable one, according to me. In the year 1913, there is another person, Jacob L. Marino. The group psychotherapy method was introduced in Vienna. Before that, the counseling and the therapies was given to one-to-one. Not many people were involved. And he is the person who introduced the concept of group psychotherapy, group drama, the concept he introduced for treating the mental illnesses. And in the year 1942. And before that, before 1942, all the psychiatric treatments are the person who is providing is a dominant role. He will say, what I'm saying, you have to do that. That is the practices were happened. But after Carl Rogers came and he introduced three important terms. One of the things, client-centered therapy. His therapy is a client-centered therapy, a person-centered therapy, where he will not suggest what you have to do that. He will make the person to come up with the different decisions and ask him to choose his own decisions. Okay, you come up with that. Just imagine that most of the time what we'll do, that when we have the problem, we cannot, our mind is very blank and we cannot get any idea about that, what kind of problem we are going. We cannot get any solution at all. At the same time, when someone, your friend is having the problem, you give the n number of solutions for the person. Likewise, what he will do that, he will ask in a way the person, just imagine that your friend is having such a problem. What kind of suggestion you will give that? And he will come up with that. Okay, now you can select which one is best for you. So that is the way he used in his technique. And unconditional positive regard, empathy. These are the contributions of Carl Rogers. And in the year 1945, Viktor Frankl and his own personal experiences. And he's a Jew. He was put it in a concentration center. Concentration center means the Nazis in Germany, they put all the Jews in a particular place and they will kill them without any reason. And he was one of the person in that concentration room, and he was shifted many places. He know that he won't be there. Somewhere he is going to die. And there are many thoughts comes in his mind, and those thoughts he consolidated, and he wrote a book called The Man's Search for Life. The Man's Search for Life. That book is very popular, which was translated in many languages, and he is the founder of logotherapy. Find the purpose of life, find the meaning in your life. These are the key terms, and that will help us to make a lot of changes in our thought process also. And in the year 1951, there are two contributions in the paradigm of mental health. One is about psychopharmacology. Psychopharmacology means there are neurotransmitter. I think organic component we are having, that neurotransmitter plays an important role for our mental health. Okay. One is excess or inadequate secretion of neurotransmitter also cause mental problem. And when we provide certain medications, psychopharmacology, we can able to balance these things. The neurotransmitter that was introduced in the year 1951, antipsychotic drugs were introduced, and which was discovered and tested in France. And now there are many modifications are happening. And at the same time, there is one more theory, Gestalt therapy. Gestalt therapy is another fantastic contribution for the field of mental health treatment. And this was developed by Fritz Perls and Laura Perls and Paul Goodman. These three persons, they jointly developed Gestalt therapy. It's not Gestalt school of thought. Gestalt therapy is totally different, and being don't think about the past, don't think about the present, don't think about the future, and live the life in the present. So that empty chair technique, and there are many techniques are there. Many techniques are there, which is very useful in that one. And in the year 1960s, here is a very popular technique, Aaron Beck, Albert Ellis, and these two persons are not, basically they are not from psychology background, and they are from literature, and they transfer to their own problem and their relative who had a problem, and they move on to the psychology, and they introduced cognitive behavior therapy and rational emotive behavior therapy. When you change your thought process, you can change your mental health problem. That is the point. And many biases we are having that. Cognitive distortion, we can say that. I can give one example here. If someone is cheating you, the person will have the mindset that everyone is a cheater. So the same kind of experience I had that once I visited one of the metro city in Tamil Nadu, when I bought a ice cream, and he told me it is on 2 rupees. It's 20 rupees. And once after purchasing and eating in the middle, he said, you have to pay 200 rupees. So I had a mindset that, okay, everyone here is on cheaters. So the black and white, these are the distortion we are having that. So these therapy, especially CBT and REBT, will make cognitive restructuring, change that no, that is a person is responsible, not all the person, not all in that city. And the next one is William Glass's reality therapy. Reality therapy is very recent one in the year 1965, which is introduced. And mostly these reality therapy applied in different experiments were conducted in different places, mental health hospitals, prisons, jails, and different the juvenile camp also they have done. And in the year 1969, Joseph Poole, the behavior therapy, behavior school of thought we had on many times, but behavior therapy introduced by Joseph Poole, and there are many systematic desensitization, flooding, token economy. There are many techniques are there, and the inputs are really useful. Nowadays, we can do behavior modification. All the things are the contribution of Joseph Poole, and this is very more effective for the children, highly effective for the children. And even now, I still remember. I can check myself. When we started this webinar session, I used to have my heart rate will be goes up and down, but now I'm not having that because I used to have more and more presentation. One period of time, we can systematic sensitization. That these were the techniques, and there are many techniques are there in behavior therapy. Alone, we have to use when we have to use which therapeutic techniques. We have the clarity. Therapy is on broader approach. Under the therapy, you can find there are many techniques are there. We have to more focus on the technique, and we have to understand that which technique for which problem we have to use. And Rollo May, it is like Viktor Frankl's the logotherapy, the existential therapy. And he explained his therapy in the book called Love and Will. Existential is the most philosophical. In the year 1969, he introduced, and the year 1998 by Martin Seligman. Here is the person who made on flip side of that. You change that paradigm. Don't look at that. Look at the other side. He's the father of positive psychology and Barbara Fredrickson. And she is the one, instead of focusing on the negative emotions we are having in a day, she developed a theory called Rod and Bill theory. Rod and Bill theory is something, when we had one positive emotions in the morning, the whole day we feel more positive. At the same time, upward spiral. At the same time, when you add one negative emotion in the morning, and it will drag you down the negative spiral, downward spiral. Lovely contribution. And she is the person who said that we human beings are fantastic in identifying the negative emotions. If I'm sad, if I'm worry, if I'm anger, we can able to identify from the facial expression itself. But it is very difficult to distinguish that all the positive emotions, the gratitude, happiness, joy, awfulness. It is very difficult to distinguish these things. So that is the contribution of Barbara Fredrickson. And these are not only these people, there are many people are there, and I'm saying only two persons here. And not only these therapies, and you can see some of the other therapies also with very popular solution focused therapy in 1970s and 1980s, and acceptance and commitment therapy in the year 1982, art therapy in the year 1942, the origin, but later it is popularized in the year 2000 only. Attachment-based therapy. The base is the 1960s from British psychology class John Bowley. And autogenic training, mostly used for relaxation component for desensitizing relaxation technique. The German psychologist Johannes, he introduced that. And bibliotherapy, Samuel Dawes, he introduced that. Reading books also help us to overcome many of the problems. Back 1960s, and compassion focused therapy. And dance and movement therapy is very popular now. The movement therapy we had on 2-3 sessions in our presentation itself. And dyadic development psychotherapy, dialectic behavioral therapy. These were the therapies, or even electrical therapy. These are many therapies are there. Emotion focused therapy, emotion freedom therapy. So these are the things are upcoming. There are many therapies are coming: aromatherapy, hypnotherapy, attachment therapy, integral therapy, floral therapy, and n number of therapy, contemporary therapies are coming up. And these therapies are making a lot of change, that can be used in many places. And now we'll move to that illness to wellness continuum. See, we think that existing mental health paradigm is looking after that only illness component. Only illness component. For example, the person having that severe mental health problem or emotional disturbances or behavioral issues, that is a problem. Okay, it is a -10. Just imagine that -10 or 0. And when we make the person to the next level and the neutral is a normal, we believe that it is a false wellness. If we are not having that problem, it is not a wellness. Wellness is then good health and optimal health, thinking about that positive things. It's like I will give an example. Make the person to the normal mental health components as of now existing, that taking care of -10 to 0. But wellness component, the positive psychology that taking you from that 0 to 10, plus 10. That is a continuum. The lot of researchers, when you look at that before 2000, we cannot find the studies on illnesses. But now, when you go and search, the number of studies were carried out on positive psychology, it is more and more positive. There are nowadays positive psychological strategies we can use for our better mental health. The gratitude, forgiveness, the flow, happiness. There are many components, other emotional intelligence, and these were the positive resilience. So these were the components comes under positive things. Thank you so much for listening, and sorry for the technical issues. And definitely I will share her presentation. I will record her video, and we will have the session. And if you have any questions related to my presentation, the paradigm shift, and would you like to add on your points also, you are welcome. And thank you so much. Thank you all. Yes. Even I couldn't stop my presentation. So there is a problem in my system. And if you have any questions, I will make you just a minute. Just give me a minute. I'm frozen. My system is frozen. Yeah, dear friends, I couldn't sign out from here. As I said, there is a problem in that WebEx. I will try to join from my mobile phone, and I will make you talk. If you have any questions, you can unmute and then talk.
Okay, sir. Good evening once again. Yeah. Happy Buddha Purnima, one and all. Yes, sir. My question is like that. Okay, about the mental health, as you talk about it. Okay, as per our knowledge, we know that how to read, how to write, isn't it? I'm your examiner, so I can understand. But what's about the, strategy? What is the remedy of for the people from the different who are staying in the villages or interior where this kind of facility cannot be found? That is my, because mental health also, this news like kind of COVID also happening in there also. They're getting the psychological effect. Of course, the mental health is the problem actually nowadays. So how can we, make them feel that okay, that's the good, that is the bad,
Kanban, I think your question is very valid one, and so what I can say that the decision for taking what is right, what is not right, it's not in our hand. I can say that it is by experience only we can able to get. As we all know that the person in the field who are having more experiences can do better. The experienced person do better. That's why when you look at that, when you attend more and more such a presentation, when you interact with other persons, when you get a feedback, most of the professionals in the mental health field, is the duty, they have to get a feedback from the client. Feedback from the client. And once we get the feedback, then, excuse me, we have to change the role of that what we have done. For example, when for example, you may have done something for the client and they may say that particular technique is working. But when you
Okay.
suggest the same technique for other person, the person will say that it is not effective for me. So the individual differences are, there are many other subcomponents are that when we record these things, when we publish these things, and that will help us. And mostly these kind of, for example, I just selected a particular therapeutic technique. A number of techniques are there. When I giving that it is ineffective, and if I'm not publishing it, it may not aware to the other members. I think culture plays an important role, and that the person's openness also has an impact on that thing. And it need to be done many research. I think your question is very right. If you have any, I hope I given the answer. If I'm not given, please can go with another person. Come back.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, I got the answers. But regarding this adding that same question, sir, like as you see, like yes, we have a different technique. We have to communicate with them. But I'm talking about the village people, their mentality. How to get rid about like these COVID fears. Like that's the kind
Yeah.
of the thing, sir.
The best way we can make it, the most way we can get rid of that anxiety and fear is on creating awareness. Only thing is I know that why the people are having that fear about the vaccines. They have received many messages, WhatsApp forward messages. When you take the COVID vaccine, and there are chances that blood clot may happen and you may die. And this kind of forward message, when they come and unconsciously it is there, when there is a drive for vaccination, the people will not come. The only way is on, they have to prove that the statistically, how many people taken the vaccination and how many people who are all vulnerable, and we have to inform them and we have to take the test and then we can proceed.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Mass awareness. Mass awareness.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you. And any other questions related to that mental paradigm, and then you are welcome.
Sir, good evening. Just another thing. We can create an awareness through the primary health centers and through schools also. That can be a good way of approaching, people in villages. Okay, this is what I could think of. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. And they are the right person when actually one negative message has a huge impact on that all the 99 positive messages we have received. When we have the doubt, there we have to create a clarity about the people. Okay, how the false news are spreading very fast. And when we know that fact is, when we curb those things and we can able to create better awareness among the people. And feedback will be shared with you all. Just stay on the line. I hope I given the answer, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Yes. And if no questions, and then the feedback link I will share you in the WhatsApp group, because still it is working on the resource person. The particular person is started report. Once it is received, and then I will share with you, because the topic is changed. And those who are attended, please, I hope you all know my personal number. You can send the request for that. I will send you the link once after taking the modifications. And if there is no other questions, and then we will go for a vote of thanks. Now I request Dr. Salim, sir. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can go.
Thank you, Dr. Suresh Kumar, sir. It was a very wonderful presentation, and as a firefighter, you will very well manage the sessions due to some technical issues, and you are always ready to do it in sort of decision in golden hours to saving the people's life. So you have the great plus, and I think the participant today learned a lot about this your topics. And I would like to thank you on behalf of participant. Thank you very much, sir, and thank you very much on behalf of American College Madurai and MS Chellamathi Institute Madurai and Respond Educational Psychological Association Chennai, Madurai, sorry, and Psycho-Oncology Association Turkey. Thank you, participant. Thank you, one and all. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all, and we'll meet tomorrow with another wonderful session. And tomorrow, get prepared and come with an practical sessions. Thank you all. Bye-bye. Take care.